Hey guys, welcome to the Lad Racing YouTube channel. We're just a low budget guy trying to get it done. Those that are new to our channel, we've been trying for the past year trying to get our car here that we've named Intimidator. We've been trying to get it ready to go racing. Well, we had it ready. We thought we had it ready once, and come find out we had clutch issues. So that back pedal, we had to pull everything, the engine and transmission back out, get everything fixed, put it all back together, almost have it ready where we can put the carburetor on, fire it up, and well, they changed the rules on us. So we got to pull the engine back out because this one here is illegal for our track rules, although I could modify it and still run it. But what we're going to do is the low budget way. One of my sponsors gave me a Corvette. Let's go check it out. So what we have is 1984 Corvette. It's got a 350 Crossfire engine in it. So what they mean by Crossfire is you got two throttle bodies across from each other. The older models had two carburetors across from each other, same design. But other than the intake, this is what we need for pretty much to be legal to the rules that they put in place. But we got to get it out of this car and get it into Intimidator. So first we got to get the engine out of Intimidator so we can get Intimidator out of the shop and get this Corvette in there so we can start stripping it down. And who knows what we're going to do with the rest of the car once we get the engine out, because I don't know, the car needs a lot of work. So first things first, we got to get this engine out, which luckily we never really bolted anything down, or we didn't wire anything up or put anything on other than bolting it down to the mounts, which literally I put the last bolt on and checked Facebook, seeing that they changed the engine rules. So everything should come out fairly easy. Been a process I've posted numerous times on here, so we're going to get it out and figure out what we're going to do once we get it out. All right, well, it was a little bit of work, but we got the old 383 out and we're getting ready to put it on an engine stand. Now, I will say something about engine stands. You don't have to have a fancy one. You can have something pretty simple, homemade or whatever. But with these oil pans, and I'll get down here and show you, they're nice and flat on the bottom. Make it nice to set them on the ground. But if you guys have followed me for a while with the old leafer, and well, we had the B mod, but with the old leafer, I had issues with the oil pan leaking. And honestly, it's probably a combination of bottoming the oil pan out at the track and unloading and unloading at home, and setting it down on the oil pan while it was out of the car and moving around off the oil pan. And what it does is break the welds on the corners, and the inside of these oil pans have baffles and things like that, and it breaks the welds and makes them leak. So that's why I choose to use engine stands. I got your traditional stands over here. You know, you flip the engine over and rotate it around. And I also have these little stands over here. You can see them here. And they basically bolt up like the motor mounts would on the side of the engine, which makes it easy to put transmission on and off and clutch and that type of stuff, where you don't have nothing on the back to where you can actually work and do what you need to do. But don't put them on, set your engine on the ground with the oil pan, because you're going to cause yourself a bigger headache than what it's worth. Trust me, I know, been there, done that. So we're going to get the transmission off of this and get it set over the side of the floor and get the engine up on an engine stand somehow or another. We really need a bigger shop, but we got to work with what we got. Okay, so who knows how long it will be before I get the Corvette in here. You know, first we got to get this car out. But something I did with my clutch is, since I'm reusing everything that I can off of this engine, one thing that I did was take the crankshaft bolts out on the backside where the clutch and all that bolts on, flywheel, and either way, I took all the bolts out of it and I wrapped them up in tape, and I label them. So that way, later on when I'm looking for bolts, since they are a fine thread bolt, I got them. I don't have to go hunt them down somewhere else. So we're going to get this thing over there, or we're probably leave it right there, but we're going to put it on one of those engine stands right there for the time being until we figure out what we're doing, or at least got room to move it around. So, well, before we take the car outside, we need to switch the tires out. Our 8-inch tires that we've ran on our B-Mod and we've ran the wheels on the B-Mod, and the tires we've recently got for the old leafer, which if you haven't seen the videos, go back a little ways in our channel here and you can find videos of actually putting the body and everything on the old leafer and racing in 2020 with it. But we ran these wheels and tires on that car. They've been around. They don't need to be sitting outside any more than they have to. So in this stack of rubber here, there are some mounted, some of the tires are actually mounted on wheels. And that's what we're going to put on the car to take it outside. So we're going to switch it out real quick and let's put the fat boys on. Okay, well, I got the fat boys on here. The 10-inch wide Hoosier asphalt takeoffs. I think one's a McCreary, but we're going to end up having all Hoosiers on here because as you can see, we got tires all the way up there on the floor. Some stacked over there, some up in my old chicken coop, some already on the car. Kind of like it. It's back on the ground. I like that stance. It just looks cool with them old fat tires on there. But we also went a little crazy with the spray paint can, and we painted the front end up. No, we didn't prep everything, and it's not completely finished because we still got to paint the firewall. You see it's still black. But I wanted to cover up some of the steel that I fixed, or bare metal that was on here, so it don't rust when we push it outside. As you can see, we just recently put this bar here in, and it was bare metal, and a couple I made this little bracket here for the steering, so we had to fix that before we took it outside. So I guess next step is getting this one out and getting the Corvette in.